Welcome to an episode of Matt Stream Adventures on Instagram and Matt Stream Outdoors on YouTube. Now if you're watching this channel, the last video I posted was a first impressions look at a Bear Butt hammock with the Bear Butt Kodiak straps. And I thought the Kodiak straps were stretchy. So we're out here today at a place where I usually hang my other hammock, and we're gonna see if those Bear Butt Kodiak straps are actually stretchy, or if I was making some sort of mistake. I did have the hammock hanging on small trees, so we are going to find out if Bear Butt Kodiak straps are worth the money or not. Let's get to it. So I've got my East Hill Outdoor straps up. These are the straps that I know and trust, and by the way, East Hill Outdoors is a very decent budget hammock, so maybe I'll have a video on that very soon. All that's left to do is to hang the hammock. So what we are going to do now is sit down on the hammock and watch the strap. Check my insulin pump real quick. Guys, I just heard it beep, but we'll get back to the video. I'm going to sit down in the very middle of the hammock and we'll see what the tree strap does. So it went down a little bit, but it's still above the trekking pole, which is good, because tree straps for hammocks are not supposed to be stretchy. Let's get out. Upon sitting on the hammock and getting out, when I sat on the hammock, the tree straps were swinging above the handle on the trekking pole, as the video showed. But now that I got off, the tree straps are sitting about there, so just kind of below where they were originally. But that is kind of normal, just for how the straps tighten on the trees. And as you could see, I'll show it again, the hammock does not stretch either while I sit down on it. So real quick, we're just gonna sit down on the hammock one more time to show there's not really a significant amount of stretch in the hammock or the straps. And if I wanted to, I'm just gonna lay down, and the hammock's actually the end, even though you probably can't see it, is swinging still right above the trekking pole. I could lay on this all day. Let's get the Bear Butt straps and hammock set up. For reference, I have the trekking pole in the same place, not moved at all, same height. And I'm going to be putting the Bear Butt Kodiak straps in the same place I have the East Hill Outdoor straps. The Kodiak straps are set up, and all we have left to do now is hang the hammock. You've got the hammock set up at the same height and level that my other hammock was set up. So let's sit down in it and see, notably, first what happens to the strap and then what happens to the hammock. I'm about to sit down. The straps are about the same that the other straps were as far as where the hammock was positioned in the height. And I just want to make note, when I go down on the hammock, like the other straps did, these straps are going to lift. But after that, we'll see whether or not they stretch. And the straps did in fact stretch a tiny bit. They stretched more than quite, the East Hill Outdoors ones didn't really stretch much at all. And these stretched maybe an inch down. Well, that's very interesting. And I actually feel quite a bit lower to the ground too, so let's actually do this from a different angle now. Just as before, I'm gonna sit in the middle of the hammock, and that should give a view from the distance of whether or not the hammock stretches or the straps stretch. Now the straps are actually floating above the trekking pole. I am in a slightly different position, but I still feel quite a bit lower to the ground than I was in my East Hill Outdoors hammock. Like a lot lower to the ground. So now, we're gonna find something else out. Okay, so I moved the trekking pole because now I want to try something. We've got that hammock the same way it was before. What I'm going to do is grab my other hammock and connect it to those straps. This would hopefully tell us whether the hammock is stretching or verify that the straps are stretching. Let's do that. So I'm going to take the carabiner, pick it right up. So we're going to take the Bear Butt hammock off. Now we're going to sit in the East Hill Outdoors hammock. Yeah, so I can tell already that this East Hill Outdoors hammock, and I'll try to show, did not stretch or lower. This means one thing. I was wrong about the Kodiak tree straps. They may have a little bit of stretch, but it was not a bad stretch. This means that the Bear Butt double hammock was what was stretching. Because when I was sitting in it before, and I'll even adjust, I'm about in the same position now. I had this foot down, and it was actually touching the snow when I swung this way. I was just looking at a chipmunk up in a tree. But, so, the Bear Butt double hammock stretches, and let's show it again. I'll set the Bear Butt hammock again, and we'll do that. It's starting to look like the stretch may be the hammock itself and not the straps. So what I want to do is now I'm going to take the East Hill Outdoor straps, set them back up in the same place that the straps have been the whole time, same height and everything, and we are going to see if the Bear Butt hammock stretches once again. Hopefully it will. That will determine 100% for sure that it is the hammock stretching. Hanging the East Hill Outdoors hammock. Let's start over on this side, actually. Going to sit down in it. Position myself in a way that I was before. Put my foot down. I cannot touch the snow. So now, I'm swinging this way. I can't touch the snow banking with my foot. Let's get the Bear Butt hammock. The Bear Butt hammock, not hammock. The Bear Butt hammock set up. I did this for reference so that you could all see I was putting the carabiners in the same spot of the other carabiners. I want to make a quick note of the carabiners on this East Hill Outdoors hammock. They're in pretty good shape. The paint is still intact and they're light. Here's the other end. Same thing. Paint is intact and it's light. And I can actually just scrape the bottom of my boot on the snow. So, to Bear Butt, I owe you an apology about the Kodiak straps. They are not bad straps, I don't think. They did not stretch. The hammock stretches. Because you just saw in this video right here, all you need to see that the Bear Butt double hammock stretches. So I'm going to pick up the hammock now, and I want to show one last thing that I noticed about the Bear Butt hammock, that when I was hanging it, and you guys will see why I showed you the carabiners on the East Hill Outdoors hammock. Alright, the carabiners are notably heavy. Looking at the paint at a glance, it looks alright. Taking this off, you can see the paint has scraped off of this carabiner. and this carabiner. This is only my second time using the hammock. So, what we learned today is that if you've watched my last video, I thought that the Kodiak tree straps were poor quality and that they were stretching. I take that back. But we found out that the Bear Butt double hammock was the one culprit that was actually stretching. And so, you know, after hanging it and fiddling around with both a hammock I trust and this new hammock, I found that not only does this new Bear Butt hammock stretch, the carabiners, or at least the paint on the carabiners, seems to be not so good. So, keep that in mind if you're thinking about purchasing it. I want to wrap this video up right now by saying, I know it's not much right now, but thank you for each and every single view and like I get on any video I post out. Even if you don't like the video, thank you for the view. And I'm gonna kind of switch gears for a minute over on my Instagram page, _Adventures. If you follow me there, or if you go to follow me there, or even if you check out the page, thank you for any likes on my posts, any follows, or anyone who regularly follows me on there. Or if you decide you want to go check it out, thank you for going to check it out. Now that that's out of the way, speaking of Instagram, I am actually going to be doing a giveaway. I'm at 859 859 followers on Instagram right now. So once I get to 1,000 followers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of a day hiking pack. So if you want to follow me, go follow me. And the directions for the giveaway are literally just like the post. When I get 1,000 followers, I'm going to make just a regular post like I normally would. And all you have to do to enter the giveaway is like the post, and you can comment for an additional entry. But other than that, there's no catch to it. That's all I ask. So, thank you, each and every one of you. And now, to wrap this video up, now that I got that part over with and almost fell, I want to say, do I recommend the Bear Butt Kodiak straps? I can say I would not. I don't want to say I don't recommend them, but I would say I would recommend looking at other options. If you have a hammock and you need to buy a Bear Butt Kodiak strap, go ahead and buy them. They have a little bit of stretch. It's not a bad stretch. I don't know what it would turn into over time, but they seem alright. But there are much better options out on the market. But I'm not trying to hate on them either. So, like I said in my last video, I apologize to Bear Butt. The Kodiak straps seem decently built. I do trust the straps. Period. I'm going to test them out a lot this year. I'm going to test my other straps a lot more than I already have this year, even though they have a lot of use on them. And now, I can say, in my last video, I said the Bear Butt hammock seemed well built. Well, it stretched a lot. So is that well built? Probably not. You don't really want a hammock to stretch that much, I don't believe. If I recommended purchasing the Bear Butt hammock in my last video, I'm going to hold off and say I don't recommend the Bear Butt hammock. Look for other hammocks available. Don't get the Bear Butt hammock. That's why you watched this video. You wanted to know if the straps were good? They seem fine. Not good, but fine. They seem okay. They would hold you. But the hammock, do not get the Bear Butt double hammock, even though I like the color. I'll see you again next week.